Hello, everybody. Today we're going to take a look at the first part of section 6.5, which is slope point form. We're not going to go through the whole section at once in light of all of the COVID-19 things that are happening. We're going to slow it down, go super slow, and not ask you guys to do too much at once with this new online delivery method. So let's just do a quick review of what we've been doing. So obviously we started chapter 6, taking a look at slope. So you guys remember slope dude and all those things there. We got our general formula for slope, which is right there, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. From there, we took a look at slope-intercept form, which was y equals mx plus b, where of course m was the slope of our line, and b was the y-intercept, and we did a little bit of work with that before the break. So now we're going to hop into section 6.5, which deals with a new form of linear equations. Okay, so what we're going to do, if we take our formula for slope that we know already, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that equals m. Remember, m is our slope. If we rearrange this a little bit, we get what our new form is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the denominator here, x2 minus x1, and I'm going to multiply that on both sides of the equation. So I'll get times x2 minus x1 on this side, and I'll get times x2 minus x1 on that side. And when I do that, of course, these two cancel out on the left, and what I'm left with is y2 minus y1 on the left, and on the right I get m times x2 minus x1. Okay. So in general, an equation for linear functions needs x, y, and m. So we get our new formula, which is just, or sorry, our new equation, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is our new equation, and it is called slope point form. Right? Because, of course, m is our slope, as usual, and x1 and y1 are the coordinates for some point. But not just any point, some point on the line. Okay? Must be on the line. So let's do an example. Okay, so let's say given the equation y minus 2 equals 1/3 times x plus 4, describe the graph and then graph it. Okay. So if we take a look at this equation that we have, of course, it matches perfectly with the format that we see there in slope point form. So just to be clear, that minus 2 is, of course, y1. This plus 4 is x1. And this 1/3 is our slope. That's m. Okay, so how are we going to describe it? Well, first of all, we know that this graph has a slope of positive 1/3, right? It has a rise of 1 and a run of 3, which means it's going to go, it's positive, so that means it's going to go up and to the right. It has a positive slope. Okay. So probably something I want to point out where you have to be really careful with slope point form is you'll notice that in the equation right here and right there, they have a negative symbol, right? It's subtract y1 and subtract x1. So that means we'll have to do this. So we see x equals 4, or I should say x1 equals 4, and y1 equals negative 2. But because of the negatives, in our formula, or in the slope point form equation, right? So like I pointed out previously, right here and right here, we need to multiply by negative 1 to find the coordinates. So all that does, it has the effect of just swapping the sign, right? So our negative 2 is going to become positive 2, and our positive 4, of course, is going to become negative 4. So therefore, our graph, or our line, will go through the point. So right up here, right, x1, so that's plus 4. It's x plus 4. So if we have to swap the sign of that 4, of course, that means that this is going to be negative 4. And likewise for y1, because it's y minus 2, y1 is minus 2, so we're going to have to switch that sign as well. And it's going to go through the point positive 2. Okay, so we can graph that pretty easily. We know that we have a slope of 1/3, and it has a point at negative 4, positive 2. So now we have enough information to graph our line. So we can come down here. I'll make a graph. Looks something like that. So this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis. So it's going to go through the point negative 4, 2. So it's going to be, Actually use a different color here. So that's -4, 2, right there. And we know it has a slope of 1/3. So we are going to rise 1, run 3. So we know our second point is going to be right there. So we have our 2 points. So we can come in, we know it's linear, and we can connect them with a line. Try to get this line to sit properly. There we go. So that's our straight line. So what was my formula here? So this is the equation of the line. Y minus 2 equals 1/3 times x plus 4. Okay, so just to be clear, we had our first point, and then we had a slope with a run of 3 and a rise of 1. So that's how we got our slope there. Okay. So I think that's enough for today, or for this week rather. I'll end it there for this week. So for the homework, hopefully you brought your textbook home with you. If you didn't, I posted instructions on the Discord for how to access the textbook online. The publisher Pearson is making all the textbooks available for free right now. So either check the Discord or go in and check the email I sent you. I would have sent an email to your parents as well as yourself to your school email address today with links as well. But for the practice, that one's going to be on page 372. And for now, I'll get you guys to do questions 4 to 7. Okay, so go ahead, practice that. If you have any questions, make sure you message me in the Discord and I can help you out, okay? See you guys next time.